Hi, everybody. We are on day 24 of this gratitude practice, and I'm so glad that you're here and cultivating gratitude in your life because gratitude is the biggest gift we can give ourselves. When we embody this gratitude, magic begins to happen. We rewire our nervous systems. We no longer are in fight or flight, and we are able to see through situations and able to find joy in almost anything because it's gratitude that transforms every situation from some form of fear, some tributary of fear, worry, stress, anxiety, whatever it is, into one where we have more hope, one where we have more faith, one where we have more stillness. Speaking of stillness, I've been getting the same message over and over and over again in multiple forms, whether I receive it externally from outside of me or internally through my meditations, that I need to rest more. I think we all need to rest more. I know rest seems like it's a luxury. Rest seems like something that is a privilege. But really, it's something that, like gratitude, we need to cultivate into our lives and we need to take advantage of it, especially when we have the time for it. This is the best time for it. Maybe you can't take a nap, but you can slow down. There's no need to rush about your day in the same busyness, the same hurriedness that we used to have before quarantine. We can act more consciously. We can move through life more consciously. And by doing so, we build rest into our day because we become exhausted when we busy ourselves, when we're hurrying from one thing to another, forgetting things because we try to build in multitasking into our lives. We think multitasking is a gift. We praise ourselves and each other for being able to multitask. But multitasking actually just reduces our focus. It takes us away from what we're trying to accomplish because we're so focused on getting multiple things done that we're overlooking the details. I gave myself a little bit of a break today. I took a nice slow stroll. I observed every tree and every plant and every flower. There were so many. I saw some of the most beautiful scenes, like a crow building a nest. And I saw a hummingbird that was on the same tree as that crow. And it was really beautiful just to see that difference in size, to see these two birds just coexist on the same tree, just hanging out, doing their thing. It was nice just to slow down and observe life. I'd love to take a nap. I'm not that much of a napper. So finding the time to lay down and actually close my eyes can sometimes be difficult. But I'm building rest in by just being conscious and slow and observing and not distracting myself with technology or other things. It's nice just to be sometimes. So I encourage you to do that as well for yourself. Today's practice is once again looking outside of ourselves and building gratitude for that is outside of us. As I've mentioned many times, we are energy. Everything in this world is energy. And we are a form of energy that has been solidified into our bodies. But our energy is not contained within our bodies. That energetic field extends beyond us. And that's how we relate, honestly, truly, to the world. I've mentioned Nikola Tesla before, and he talks about the fact that if we want to understand the secrets of the universe, we should think in terms of vibration, frequency, and energy. And this is the key to life, is to think about these terms. Gratitude brings us into higher frequencies and higher vibrational fields, and we can use our energetic bodies to connect to one another. We sometimes send out prayer, sometimes send out thoughts to people, and it's hard to imagine, but they do receive it. They do receive the healing through that. We do it sometimes in little ways, like we can be thinking about somebody and then they call us. So that's showing us that we actually are connected through a bigger force of energy that we can't quantify. but it's there. And so we can start to help people by cultivating gratitude for them, for the things that they need. I'm sure during this time period where we all know people who are worried about something, or maybe are dealing with something. Maybe they're quarantined in a situation that's not easy for them. It could be something pretty extreme. It could be, just having a hard time in a relationship. It could be, where they are, maybe not having all their needs met in the place that they're quarantined in. There are people who are struggling to pay their bills. There are people who are just filled with worry and anxiety. There are people who have compromised immune systems that are, nervous about going outside and what they may be exposed to. There's a lot of people that are out there dealing with things. And then there's people who are just dealing with normal life things that, have to do with other aspects of life that may or may not have to do with this quarantine that we're going through. So we can spend our energy. We can spend our ability and energy to send love and send thoughts and send gratitude to them, to help them heal, to help them feel better. And even if it's something that does not necessarily feel that strong to you, just know that every little bit counts. It's not hurting you to do this. So being able to cultivate that gratitude and feel into it for somebody else is increasing your vibrational field, and it's not necessarily doing you any harm. So why not try? So think about 3 people in your life who are going through something, who could use a bit of help, a boost of energy in some way. Think about what it is they need. If it's health that they need, think about them being whole and complete. Think about them being in their healthiest body. Feel into how happy they would be if they had their complete health. Feel how happy you would be hearing that they were so happy, that they were feeling really good. Feel into that gratitude, or feel into that feeling, and then have gratitude and say thank you, thank you, thank you for Tom having his best health. The more that we can do this for people, the more that we will feel better too. This is the beauty of it. We're cultivating gratitude and sending it out into the world, and we receive the benefits as well. Think about somebody who maybe is struggling to pay the bills right now because they've lost their job. Think about how amazing it would be if they had the money to pay their bills, to reduce their anxiety and their worries and their concerns. Feel gratitude for their situation being resolved, for them receiving the money that they need, for them being able to pay their bills and not be concerned, at least for this month and if not longer. Have gratitude for the fact that your friend or your family member who has, who's struggling right now, being quarantined in a situation that they are not comfortable in. Imagine the solution that they need coming to them. Imagine that they have the answers that they need to get through this situation. Imagine that they receive the insight that they need to help them figure out the next steps. Have gratitude for the right answer coming to them. So just choose 3 people today and imagine what it would be like if they had their problem resolved, if they had exactly what they needed, and help them through your thoughts receive that. And then be grateful that it has happened. Because like these previous exercises, we want to call this in to their lives. We want to call this in for them by being grateful that it already happened. This is not about wishing or hoping that this happens for them. This is about believing that this has already happened and being grateful for that. So I encourage you to continue with your personal gratitude as well, saying 10 things every day that you're grateful for. writing them down, reading it out loud, and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. I like to start my day with this and ending the day with the thing that you're most grateful for. Because the more that we build this practice, the more that these words will become feelings. And when these feelings are what is coursing through our veins, we have shifted our vibration and we have shifted the frequency that we're tapping into, and we bring more magic into our lives. So I encourage you to do this. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.